the story itself focused on essentially like utilitarianism, right? Like the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. So like we're going to obliterate. I'm gonna, well, at least in the comic, it was releasing a giant alien slug, thing. But in the movie, it's like we're basically going to like annihilate like a whole bunch of like a whole bunch of huge cities, New York and a handful of others, and like millions of people are going to die, but like the world will have peace forever. So like countless billions now and into the future will never know war. They'll only know peace. So like small price to pay. Like it was a lot of things like that went into the actual story itself. So
yeah, weird. I was gonna say like I didn't work with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's
well, it's a different scenario, right?
Yeah, it led to the Japanese economic miracle.
But
and Die Hard.
It would have worked.
What was the other city? Hiroshima and
Nagasaki. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It would have worked.
What was the plaza in Die Hard?
Nakatomi Plaza.
Nakatomi.
Yeah. It would have worked if what had happened was that like a third party had simultaneously nuked New York, DC, Moscow, and Tokyo, and all of us in the middle of World War II, because that's the scenario that we got in Watchmen. So that like the Soviets and the Americans are like, whoa, I know we got our problems with one another, but somebody just destroyed us both. We got to get together on this one and time out all that communism, democracy. Let's just worry about aliens blowing up our key cities for a while and band together on this one. It's what I've always said, like in like the real world, like we need green people to hate. And suddenly it wouldn't matter about black, white, yellow, and brown. If there's some green motherfucker that comes messing with us, then we all have a commonality that we're human beings, but there's some reptilian pieces of shit coming down from Saturn that we need to be focused on. So fuck our politics, our gender identities, all of that. They are the issue.
Did you know that conversation happened in the 80s?
Yeah.
Really?
Between Gorbachev and Reagan.
Reagan actually asked Gorbachev in real life with seriousness, like, if we were attacked by aliens, would you come to America's defense? And Gorbachev was like, yeah, we band together in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Save the earth.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the problem that you have with that, though, is you're basically dealing with like loose affiliations. Because I mean, maybe it might be a little cynical to say this, but you could imagine like some alien race, like whether by visiting for benign reasons or by being like belligerent, but whatever the case is, they visit Earth, humanity freaks out, destroys them. So like we band together for a short period of time. Then what it turns into is a great gold rush to like reverse engineer their weapons and technology. And so then you have like countries, going back to the way they were before. But I don't know. I mean, like you would hope something like that, like some external factor would lead to a commonality among like nations.
Yeah.
And countries where people would like
certainly would.
Yeah, because what it would do is it would open things up. Like that was the basis behind the 1950s. What was that? They remade it with Keanu Reeves.
The last.
It was the Alien movie.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
The day the world stood still.
The day the world stood still. Yeah.
Of course.
So you take that one and like original, like in the original version and in the new version, what it did is it established that like Earth was just one planet and like this huge affiliated network of like sentient races or sentient beings that exist out there, and it opened everything up. But it's like you're not ready for this kind of technology because you guys are just primitive and violent. So we're going to cut you off until we feel like you're ready. But
that
like
sounds good. Was it good?
It does. Well, the original was good. The one with Keanu Reeves was okay. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. I mean, it's worth a watch.
There aren't enough good sci-fi movies.
There really aren't. Like
I've been in a sci-fi kick recently, and I've been trying to find
Pandora
stuff.
I bet. Have you both seen Pandora?
I've seen Pandora or Pandorum.
And I liked it.
Is that what you're saying?
Pandorum is good.
Whenever someone says what you just said, when they're like, there's not enough good sci-fi, I'm like, have you seen Pandorum with Ben Foster? And they're like, no.
Oh my God,
the
twist ending. Holy shit.
Pandorum is the one where it's a space horror movie. They maybe wake up and find themselves in deep water. Yeah.
Pandorum is like the psychosis that, dude, that story they told, like, it's still haunting when they're like, there was this ship that went out and like the captain freaked out and like jettisoned everybody's pods out into deep space and they just died in their pods after however many years.
Yeah. Event Horizon, of course, is another one of my favorites. That's just space horror.
That movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid.
So what was the movie?
What I tried to watch like just the other night is I was watching Project Atlas. Is that it? Project?
Is that the Tom Hanks movie?
Something Atlas.
Oh,
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas.
Yeah, I was watching Cloud Atlas.
Long.
And like it's just a series of like vignettes that are like loosely connected in like different time periods with Tom Hanks. And I got like 30 minutes in, and I was just like, or I got like an amount of time in. And I'm like, this isn't very good so far. I'll give it a little more. And I got to a point like, this is fucking stupid. I don't care, because like when he's playing the old timey version of him, his like talking is like, wife, come, no eat bad fish. It makes sick. No yum.
It's
Like literally
that
shit
episode
like
of
that.
The Office with Kevin.
Yeah, it's literally like that, where he's just taking out all the important words and being like, striped cat, tiger, no, like just stupid shit. And I'm like, this is fucking dumb. And so I like hit back on Netflix just to see how far I was into it. That movie is 3 hours long, and I am not going back to watch it. That movie fucking sucked, and the reviews were wrong. It was boring as shit, and it's not because I didn't get it. I get it. It's just shitty. So,
Yeah.
no.
Do you guys
not
see
watching
The
that.
Passenger? It had Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
Passengers.
No, I thought
Passengers,
about
thank
it,
you.
but
Dude, so
I saw the reviews for it, and it kind of turned me off to it.
Passengers, in my opinion, is a good movie, right? You know, it's not great. It's not the kind of thing you talk about a couple years later, but it was a good movie. I enjoyed my time in it. And then it might be Nerd Writer on YouTube, but someone on YouTube suggested a rewrite of it, which made it amazing. And basically what happens in Passengers is you follow Chris Pratt's character as he wakes up, and then he's all alone. He maybe starts going a little crazy because he's so alone. Then he wakes up Jennifer Lawrence's character, falls in love, but he's lying to her about the circumstances that woke her up. And they're going to travel for so long. It's basically murder to wake someone up, because like you're just going to spend the rest of your time with no human interaction except him. He decided to do that to her, whereas she would have otherwise woken up with the rest of the thousands of people on the ship and enjoyed the community and the life that she had intended. If they had started the movie with her being woken up and not knowing like the circumstances and him lying to her and her slowly figuring out what happened, it would have been amazing. I wish everyone could see this.
I never watched the movie, but literally from the trailer, I figured out everything you just said, and so I just refused to watch it. Like just from the trailer,
It
I
was
knew the
good.
plot of the movie and that
I'm
he was
sure
going to
you've
wake
watched
her up.
many worse movies than Passengers since then.
And I also don't like that they cast those two like just right at the peak of their stardom. Like I don't know, something about that turned me off. I wasn't into it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I think that's part of why I watched it. So like it worked on me, but it was maybe a waste of their star power. But it was good.
District 9 is one of my favorite sci-fi
Oh
movies.
my god, dude! Yes,
That's another one. That's another one. It's a bit of an
Yes.
allegory.
That's
for
Peter
modern-
Jackson,
It's-
no.
I didn't know that.
That's Neil Blomkamp.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
which one was Peter Jackson? Oh, whatever. Doesn't fucking
That
matter. I
might
don't
be
know
why
shit
I
Well,
about
don't
this.
know.
he was supposedly he was like a protege of Peter Jackson, I think, or something like that.
Yeah,
That's what I meant to say then.
That's the one. That's the one. He may have been. So, who was it that they originally were going to have make the Halo movie? It may have been Peter Jackson making the
It
Halo.
was
movie.
originally Peter Jackson, I think.
That's
When
the
news came
connection
out.
that you're maybe making there, because most of the sci-fi props used in District 9 are Halo movie props that got repurposed for that when the Halo movie fell apart.
I saw District 9 and thought that
That's it.
like the videography and effects and stuff were amazing. And then later I learned that it was done on a real shoestring budget and the effects were, not that amazing. And I thought back and I'm like, yeah, they really tricked me into thinking they were great.
Yeah,
I thought they were. I thought they were like the movie was. It was a great film. Like it's.
But
Yeah, and then
they were able
main
to
actors-
do it kind of cheap. And like, but I somehow the fact that they didn't have an Infinity War budget just escaped me. And I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, it was something about the color palettes that they used were particularly generous to CGI. I remember watching a video explaining that there was a purposeful thing to make things have its own little look to it. Children of Men, there's a lot of kinds of sci-fi, but like Children of Men is another sort of dystopian future
What
where
is that middle word? Of men?
Children
of
yeah.
Men. It's
Children of
it's
Men.
It's got Clive Owen in
Oh
it.
my god! Have you never seen Children of Men, Woody?
You should. It's
I
a
don't
really
remember
entertaining.
it by
Oh, it's
title.
amazing.
It's
Yeah,
real
it's
good.
really, really good.
It's in the future. Mankind has stopped being able to procreate, and no one knows why. And it's very dystopian because there's a guy out there who's literally the youngest person in the world, and he's a super celebrity because of it. He's the
think I
last
maybe
baby
seen this.
born, it's pretty dark. It has it feels a little bit like V for Vendetta in some ways, like sort of the society that they live in, I guess, and how it's kind of downtrodden. But it's not that in any sort of way. V for Vendetta is another one.
Is this
That's
the
just
one
of
where
my
a
favorite-
baby is born and they try to like protect it and
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
V for Vendetta took me out of it when he did his
Seen it.
very vivacious like
I
monologues.
love that.
I love
And
that.
it was like I don't know. I thought that was a little silly, but overall, it was a good movie. One that I watched recently probably my favorite sci-fi movie, if you can put it as sci-fi all time, is The Thing, and The Thing is so fucking good. Kyle, you pointed something out to me that I never noticed when I watched it. I watched it again a couple months ago with that in mind. And this movie came out in like the fucking 70s, so this isn't a spoiler.
Okay, I was gonna say, please tell me it's the original.
Yeah, the original one.
Okay.
And like at the very end, when they're sitting there in kind of the burnt out husk of some vehicle, and he's sitting down, and then the other guy sits down, and he reaches and he takes that bottle that was full of gasoline, and he takes a big refreshing swig, and then it goes to the other guy's face, and like then the movie ends.
Kurt
And it
Russell's
was like, oh, that was so fucking good. Like
Kurt
he
Russell's
just
like,
figured
yeah,
it out.
You enjoying that? You enjoying your beer? Yeah, that beer that's full of gasoline. Okay, I know you're not a fucking human being. All right, we'll take care of this in just a minute here. And it's like, and then it ends with that amazing like techno music. Like, oh, it's so good. I love that whole movie.
Huh.
It's fantastic.
It holds up
I
to
love
time? It'd be
practical
good?
effects.
Oh, it's great. Like it's genuinely scary. The sci-fi's good. It doesn't feel hokey at any time. Like
Yeah.
there's some hokey
When the,
stuff, but
when,
it's
when
good
the
as well.
guy's torso opens up and
Oh,
becomes jaws,
yeah.
and
The
it
giant
takes the
mouth.
guy's arms and bites him off, and he's just like, ah, ah! And everybody's freaked out because the guy no longer has arms. But they also got to focus on the fact that a human body just opened up like a Venus flytrap and ate a man's arms, and now wiggly things are sprouting from it and going everywhere.
Yeah, like it's the environment that made that movie so good because you didn't know who was the thing and who was human. So like you
Yep.
felt like Kurt Russell. Yeah, it was. Did you guys ever see Arrival?
Of course,
I did see Arrival. Yeah.
Oh, the
Yes.
one with the speech, the linguist or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was that to me like I did not know what to expect. I didn't even see it in theaters. I didn't see it until like a few months after. And I feel like that's a movie that I should have gone to see in theaters because like the soundtrack and everything was amazing for that film.
I like that
That
actress a
movie was
lot
good.
too. There's like 3 redheaded attractive actresses that I can't tell apart from one another from movie to movie. I just have to like Google them every time. But that's one of the ones I like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel you.
I
I liked
Adam.
Minority Report, but I liked the spin-off one where it's about an second generation Asian immigrant child trying to not disappoint his parents with his book of If I get anything less than an A+, I'm gonna be in my room all summer. And that's what it is. That's the whole movie.
The whole movie is just,
That's the
just
whole-
him cramming for his midterm. Tom Cruise is an incredible actor. Like that's an overlooked movie because of Tom Cruise crazy. Like it's a crazy premise for a movie. Like there's that part where he thinks that. So Tom Cruise's character is a part of like a police agency that employs these 3 sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Psychic, clairvoyant beings, human
Oh, I've
beings
seen it.
who can pre-predict crimes. They see the crime happening before it happens, and their thoughts are sort of printed out onto a computer screen. They're like, "Holy shit! 4th and Main, Billy Davidson's about to kill his secretary because she's been embezzling money," and they rush in right before he can do it and arrest him for murder because he was gonna do it. And so Tom Cruise's character, his son, was kidnapped, and he never saw me. It's like John Walsh. Right, like when his like 8-year-old son was kidnapped like a decade before, and he never found him ever. And so that's part of his character's psyche, and they sort of manipulate him into thinking that this is the guy who did it, and the guy's admitting to it, and he's like, "Yeah, I was gentle with him. I was gentle with him. He didn't feel anything. I did this and that, and then I put him in a barrel, and I sealed the barrel, and I floated it out into the water, and it sank. He didn't feel anything." And the crazy that comes over Tom Cruise's eyes as he's about to murder this man, it's top notch acting. It's good shit. That's a good movie. Good sci-fi.
Yeah. And I saw it a long time ago. I don't remember the details. Yeah, like from what I remember, yeah, it was amazing.